It's the air purifier that could help prevent COVID outbreaks. It's already being used in hospitals and schools around the world. So should it be rolled out here?
I've been looking everywhere at all sorts of technology and I haven't found anything quite like this technology.
Like thousands of other families living in lockdown, Severe and wife Jenny are looking forward to putting homeschooling behind them.
So, Hannah, what's your first Zoom today?
I had science.
But for the Blue Mountains father, getting his 3 kids back into a safe classroom's a priority.
I think we need every arrow in our quiver that we can utilise.
As the national roadmap to opening up gathers momentum, departments of education around the country are scrambling to find ways to make face-to-face learning indoors as safe as possible. So the engineering consultant's been doing his own homework, discovering an air purifier he says could help.
In my research, I found this technology out of the US that was actually initially developed by NASA for their space program, but it had this amazing anti-pathogenic capabilities, particularly against viruses.
So Severe, this is it, this is Puridyme.
This is it.
How does it work?
So it basically uses a UV light in there that energises the water vapour that's coming in and then generates these charged particles. Those charged particles, which nature produces for us, basically tear apart the virus or bacteria structure.
It's a big claim and one that is currently being put under the microscope by the CSIRO's Centre for Disease Preparedness in Victoria. Overseas, the University of Florida has already tested Puridyme against the highly infectious Delta strain on surfaces, finding it reduced traces of COVID by 73% in 15 minutes, 94% in 60 minutes, and 24 hours later the virus was undetectable. The results enough to see the energy-efficient device rolled out, including in the US.
They're being placed in the operating rooms, in patient care areas, patient waiting rooms, within the nursing facilities.
Dr. Jawad Shah is a neurosurgeon and CEO of healthcare company Insight. He's installed Puridyme in his hospitals and aged care centres in Michigan.
Within our facilities, there was 2 or 3 patients that may have contracted it, but again, it was contained. Once they contracted it, no other patient then got it because of the device.
And usually these are full of people?
Normally, but unfortunately now, due to COVID,
Empty.
Here in the depot.
Jason Cronshaw from Fantastic Tours is taking no chances.
This is the device we're looking at putting across the whole fleet.
It's barely recognisable.
It is. Like, people wouldn't know that this is servicing the whole vehicle. Yeah, so we've got 16.
His fleet of school buses and coaches will be some of the first in Australia to be equipped with the technology.
As soon as COVID came around, we realised that we needed to do something to make the whole environment a lot more safer for people to travel in.
Dusting off their uniforms for a dress rehearsal, Hugh, Elizabeth, Adelaide and Henry will be some of the first students to benefit on board when they return to school in Sydney next week.
Especially for the younger group who are probably going back unvaccinated, the more we can do there, the better and safer it will feel.
But behind the school gates, there's no plans for the rollout of ventilators. The New South Wales Department of Education told us hand washing, open windows and masks for inside the classrooms will be the norm.
What's your biggest worry?
That they'll get sick.
In this case, when we're in the middle of the pandemic, there will be more cases. Children will be infected, adults will be infected. Some of them will go to hospitals, some of them will die. So this is the problem.
Brisbane-based Professor Lydia Marawaska says ventilation is critical to reducing the transmission of the Delta strain.
It is not safe, and we need to do absolutely everything possible to ensure that there is ventilation and that there's no virus in the air when the kids are there.
She's part of a collective of Australia's top scientists now calling for air quality standards to be set before Term 4 begins.
Government is the main party here to play a role. We have technologies, awareness is start building up, but this is not a matter of individuals to do something here and there.
But until then, it'll remain up to the individuals like Severe, who's made it his mission for families to breathe easy when life goes back to some normal.
And let's employ everything we can to make us all safe.
For its part, the CSIRO says it has done limited testing on an air purification device, but more testing is needed to work out how effective it is in stopping COVID.